Hello there, where you going? SimFly news is coming soon, and there are insights in the user marketplace, new airplanes, discounts, so many things, many interesting Ask Me Anything questions. Don't go away, we're going to be here soon. Hello everybody and welcome back to SimFly News. This is Roberto Capodice, and SimFly spokesperson, and I'm here to bring you the news about SimFly every single week. So, what's new this week? We had a few people complaining that when they try to press the button and the flight, they get the error that flight data is not found, etc, etc. And we were puzzled because all works okay. And we discovered what it was. Some people leave the flight in automatic, maybe flying all night, the flight lands, maybe even taxi all automatically. And then 5 hours later they arrive to press the button for end flight. And this was the issue. So the brain is not collecting data too much after the landing, and this was, in a way deleting the flight. So we are going to have a clear rule. There will be, we know that sometimes there is a lot of traffic in airport after landing, before arriving and taxiing at the gate can take long. But we will close and delete the mission if after landing people is not going to press the button and mission in 1 hour. Okay, so please take up in the forum, in the general, make a topic, whoever wants, if you want, and discuss about this. Is 1 hour enough from the moment that you land to the moment that you can press the button to close the flight? Because we're going to go for that timing, okay? There will be some particular condition where, probably there are no gates available or other things, so people need to wait, but rarely it is going above 1 hour. So the rule that we want to do is this: you touch ground in arrival airport, do what you need to do, but in maximum 1 hour you need to end the flight. And if you have a lot of like traffic or waiting time to get to the gate, just end the flight earlier. SimFly relatively care penalty will be very low for not reaching the gate perfectly. So now we discovered the reason why these people had issue. It wasn't happening to all the people, it was just to some and always the same. And now we understand what it was. I understand that people like to go sleep and go work and let the flight do by itself. But arriving back late and pressing, the end flight hours after you have actually landed, that's what was causing the issue. So now we solve it. You don't want the brain to have issue, to overload data for a single flight. And already there is a rule that if a mission is not closed in 24 hours, it's going to be automatically deleted. That is was because sometime for some problem there were automatically mission that would not be closed, and people were unable to start a new mission, but they were not able to close the mission, etc, etc. So we are learning, and thanks to the feedback that you bring to us, and as we learn, we make sure that everything works properly. So this was the first interesting news for this week. And talking about fixing things in SimFly, second news is exactly this. We really spent weeks solving bugs, and we want to say a huge thank you to the community that as reporting to us even small details. We really appreciate those. We are addressing them one by one. We've been working a lot, and obviously we delayed everything else, but we rather have people happy to use SimFly than being frustrated because things don't work properly. So good on us. A big applause to SimFly team for actually addressing all these bugs. A huge, much bigger applause to the community for letting us know what was wrong. So now things are much better on SimFly, and you know, we are going to move on. And here is an interesting news as well on the details of the user marketplace. Oh my god, I cannot really share much insights, but there are things that are interesting. Think about the tree asset. Airports are always there. There is one single airport that is, I don't know, like New York or Rome or whatever. So this doesn't matter if it belongs to a user and the user sell it to another user. There is always going to be one airport. But for licensing airplanes, it's different, because as soon as you buy an airplane, you are not actually taking a physical airplane from one place to another, because you are, when you activate it, and this is also to explain the importance of activating the set, your airplane become to exist as your own airplane or license in the moment that you activate it, because when you activate it, is actually created in the system the airplane or the license. The one that you go to purchase is just the representation of what is going to be your asset, okay? This is why it's important if you change your mind about something before you activate it, because once you activate it, it exists in SimFly ecosystem. While the airport already exists, you know, the airplane and the license are not yet created until you actually activate them. And once you activate them and then you sell to somebody else, then this existing airplane or license change owner, but is always that one with this history of previous flight, etc., all the experience point collected and so on. So when you put it in the marketplace, then the mechanics are different when somebody buy an airplane that is new from SimFly. So we are addressing some aspect of following the law when it comes to return or change the mind. Also in the agreement between the user, there is a small window where people may have an issue and made a wrong purchase or whatever and won't change things, but this should be not possible to happen. But the airplane, once it's being sold, is going to be gone from the user marketplace, and when somebody put it in the user marketplace, it's going to exist as a new object, like with used cars. If you want, when you go to buy a used car, you will see that there is this new ad about this used car. Once it's sold, it's going to be gone, and this is going to be the user marketplace for airplane and license asset. Just to give you an insight, very interesting. Oh my god, they're crazy at SimFly. Now they're giving 50% discount. 50% discount, usually is 40, 30, 50% discount on airport category 3 and category 4. And this is only for this weekend, so Monday it is gonna be gone. So if you had an airport that you know really loved, you wanted to have, this is the right moment to go get it. 50% discount, oh my god. And I guess it's not only US dollar, you can use your PAX token as well. Guys, what to say? I mean, sometimes I'm surprised with what I'm reading when I'm preparing the news. Incredible discount. I think I have an airport that myself I really want to get. You will not believe it, I need to pay for it as well. All right. And there is a new airplane, like we do every week. There is a new airplane. This new airplane is the Boeing 767-200ER. And as you know, when there is a new airplane, it's 50% off as well, just for a limited time, because we're gonna come out with a new airplane again. The Boeing 767-200ER is a versatile, wide-body, twin-engine aircraft developed by the American aerospace company Boeing, which is disappointing that when they crash it don't go boing, 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 boing. Stupid joke, okay. As an extended range version of the original 767-200, the 200ER offer enhanced fuel capacity and performance for medium to long haul operation. It typically accommodates around 181 to 224 passengers in a 2 or 3 class configuration and boasts a range of approximately 6,590 nautical miles, making it well suited for transatlantic and intercontinental routes. Okay, and about new airplane. Initially, to give life to the forum where people can ask for new airplanes, I created a poll with what I found around. The people were asking in this first part, please can make this new airplane. We actually, and again I apologize to Kindra for the citation, that we still have this issue of two identical airplanes and making them work with the two different editions. As soon as we solve that, it's gonna be there for you. For what concern other airplane, now the mechanic is the classic. Go to the section of the forum where you can ask for new airplanes. Create a topic with a model, name a model of the airplane. Inside, explain why it's something good, explain if it's the fault found in simulator with simulator. If it need to be purchased, put a link, etc., etc. Say why it's interesting, and people can go inside your topic, and in the top left corner there is the vote option. When people vote, it is gonna go up. Now the category is order by votes, and we're gonna do the airplane that are most voted from the top to bottom. And like this, you're gonna have the airplane that you want, okay? And this is all for the news, but we go to the best part of the video, the Ask Me Anything section. The first question has been asked by Nikostan. The 18th of July has 5 votes. And Nikostan is saying, good morning. It's helpful to be able to add a minimum distance for each aircraft you own and lease. For example, I set my 747-8 to be eligible for lease only if the distance between the departure and arrival airport is no less than 3,000 nautical miles. For my 737-800, set a minimum distance of 1,500 nautical miles. This way, I prevent someone from chartering a large aircraft for a sightseeing trip only to have it stranded for maintenance for a long time. I wish you happy flights. Nikostan, yeah, it's a good idea, I guess, but we change the ground operation rules. So based on how long the flight is, and thus consequently how many packs is generating, how many experience points is generating, the length changes. So if it's a small trip, it's very short ground operation, okay? And in terms of minimum distance, it can be a little bit limiting who is going to rent your airplane, because a lot of people doesn't fly for so long, and the risk is that the airplane cannot be used off so often. But we have a few requests on making sure that the rented airplane goes to the right hands and not to somebody that wastes a rental. And in this way, we're choosing. There is the blacklist, the whitelist, there is the limited agreement with some other user. There are already the necessity of putting a destination airport. We keep your idea as well with the other, then we're gonna do a big brainstorming to make sure that every airplane owner is happy with the rental they go on. So thank you for your suggestion, and we move to question number 2. Question number 2 is being asked by Antonio Ferrara, the 19th of July 2025, and has 2 votes. And Antonio says, hi team, I have noticed that when an asset is purchased, the details of the asset that has been shown before being purchased are not anymore visible in the details of the asset. I know it's being written that, especially airports, they're gonna have their own area for notes to be added, such as a link for scenery and so on. So maybe this section will be the user responsibility, I guess. And you point something correctly, because in designing things, seems that all the information are there good to make a promotion in order to make a sale, but they're actually very useful for somebody who want to fly somewhere in case of the airport, or to rent an airplane as well. So we are working on a new design that will also include the details of the asset. There will be also the part of the notes where the user can add personal notes in his own asset. You will understand this have also one more task for the user marketplace, because when somebody purchases an asset, they need to be able to edit also these things, and the old owner no more edit those things. But yeah, you point a very good aspect of things, and we're gonna work on that. Thank you, Antonio, for your comment. Question number three has been asked by Nvidia, 21st of July 2025, has 2 votes. Nvidia says, hello, I finished the cadet level of the fly license, but I don't have enough packs to make the upgrade. So I have to fly more in my next flights. Will I lose the experience point accumulated on the license, or will find them again when I make the upgrade? And this is a question. Here there are too many questions in a single. We said just split the question, one for each. Ask me anything, okay, please. Also, I can find the chart on the earnings of the airplanes divided by their respective levels. I mean, when leveling up an aircraft, how much more does it earn? It's possible to understand it better. Last question. Among the classes of airplanes, is the earning related to the flight hours, or does the class of the airplane also have an impact? For example, does C-172 class 1, mean levels 1, earn less in 1 hour of flight compared to C-208 class 2? Now, you put 2 different airplanes in 2 different classes, so that's a little bit more complex. But let me explain to you something. The experience points are always attached with the asset. Whatever happens, even if you sell it in the user marketplace, the amount of experience point is never going to be cut off, deducted, reduced. It's gonna just keep growing forever. Just reaching a certain amount of experience point allow you to upgrade. So let's say you have a fresh new license. You fly so much, you have so many experience points, but you never did any upgrade. You can automatically in a single day then do all the upgrade to that brings you to where the license is with in terms of experience point. It is applied to airplane and airports as well. And the experience points are never being removed, cut off, consumed, or whatever. It's just an indicator of which height you reach with the asset, and consequently how much you can upgrade the asset. Obviously, when an asset is being upgraded, it produces more packs. So the same identical asset may have different things. For example, a license has timers that are bigger. So it makes more packs, not in terms that for identical flight you make more packs, but you can fly longer hours and consequently you get more packs. The ground operation on an airplane, more the level goes up, shorter they are. So means that in the same 24 hours, it can fly more times, and so on and so. You understand? So the advantage of increasing level make the asset more usable, and consequently in the condition of bringing you more packs. And the experience point always stay attached. You cannot transfer experience point from one asset to another, nothing like that. The only difference is that when you first join SimFly, say you don't buy any license, you start flying and accumulate experience points. So the first license you buy, actually to be correct, the first license you activate, all the experience points that you have accumulated until the moment, they go to the first license you accumulate. That's the only thing that that is different, but for the rest they all stay stuck with the asset they are. Fourth and last question is being asked by Snoopy D86, 23rd of July, as 1 vote, which is his own. But I guess, guys, you need to send more questions in the Ask Me Anything or not, and I work less when it's next time. But we reached the bottom of the question in the Ask Me Anything section. Where it is the Ask Me Anything section, when you go to the website, on the top menu, you're gonna see AMA/Q&A or Q&A/AMA, something like that. Click there, and then it's gonna be easy. There is you need to be logged in, and there is the form for you to submit a question. Okay, so question number 4, asked by Snoopy D86, 23rd of July, with 1 vote, and it says, Good evening. I would like to let you know that there are different issues in categorization of airport. For example, the airport MYER is set as category 3, but airport with a longer runway and similar services like MYSM, just to remain in the same geographical area, are categorized as 2. Is it possible to change, for example, the example I've done, bringing them to category 2 or the other to category 3, depends. Now, the categorization is done by hangar, parking space, many other things, length of runway being in asphalt or not, etc., etc. Requests like this need to be sent to the support. So if you go in your account, there is in the settings part, there is the support form. You can send the request from support. Airport that are not yet being purchased can be changed. Airport that already been purchased usually cannot be changed. And that was all. Thank you for watching the video. Subscribe to our social media, and we're so close to 1,000 users on 1,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel. Oh my God! Please subscribe if you're not subscribed. Also like the video, share it with your Simmers friends. And remember the important message that we always want to make sure everybody know is SimFly, take off and get more.